So, Rebecca, I know you are a patient advocate for people who are disabled and also elderly that are aging and they need a little bit more help. If someone's looking for an advocate for themselves or maybe for a parent, what do you think the things that they should be looking for are to help them select the right person to help?
Sure. So we are part of the Aging Life Care Association. We used to be called Geriatric Care Managers, but several years ago rebranded to Aging Life Care Association. And that is how we get our credentialing, and that is where we have our board of ethics. So you can go to www.aginglifecare.com and you can put in the search bar the zip code of somebody you're looking for, and that'll give you multiple care managers in the area where you're looking, if it's California or Texas, Wyoming, wherever that may be. Anyone can say that they're a care manager. For Aging Life Care Association, we have to meet certain criteria. You have to have been in the field for a certain amount of years. You have to have been a nurse, an occupational therapist, a physical therapist, a social worker. So you have to have certain credentials in social services. And then you have to have several years in care management. And there's different tiers of aging life care managers.
So you should look for someone that's in your organization.
In our organization, or there is a patient advocacy certification also. But you want to make sure that people have been in social services, either nursing or social work or occupational therapy, because anyone can say they're a care manager or a life care manager. Doesn't mean that they have any certifications in what we do, and how are they going to advocate for your behalf if they don't know the ins and outs of the industry.
I could see it there could be somebody who saying, oh, I'm a care advocate, and they're taking control of your finances and your life, and they're not really.
Exactly.
They might be, a bad actor. I don't know how often that happens, but.
It happens more times than you think, because we get calls saying, I had a care manager and that person is not part of our system. Maybe they had a grandparent or a parent that they took care of, and now they think that they're, skilled in this area. All of my care managers have been in the field for 20 years prior to becoming a care manager. So my nurses have either ER or ICU experience for 20 years. My occupational therapist, at least 20 years, if not more, as with my social workers. So I want that knowledge base before they come into care management. I'm not going to hire a nurse right out of nursing school because, they're still learning. They're fresh. They're new. They need the background knowledge in order to go head to head with, different communities or physicians or anyone, family members, to learn how to diffuse different situations and to advocate for them on for their best quality of life.
I can understand that because, you have a very dynamic situation relative to just caring for the person, and then you've got a lot of other people that you have to maybe stand up to or advocate. You're advocating with your patient too, and if they don't have that life experience or that skill set behind them, then they're kind of just like, well, you told me to just go sit down, and I just went and sat down.
Right. If you're hiring an advocate, you want that person to really advocate for you and what your wishes are. I've had some clients, that have had, cancer and they really wanted chemo. It might not be what I would have wanted for them or for myself, but I still advocated for what they want. Right. So it's about advocating for what my clients want, not what I want.
So if they're interviewing someone, they should really understand their background and understand their level of experience. And I guess it sounds like too, are they advocating for what you want or your parents want really, and not some agenda they kind of think is right.
And are they being paid by you, right? Or are they, they should be being paid by you because you're the one who's advocating for them.
Anything else you could think about?
I think that it's really important to get help early and to be a proactive planner. I think people don't want to think that they're getting old. None of us do. I don't want to get old either. I don't want wrinkles, and my shoulder hurts, every day I wake up.
My shoulder hurts too, actually.
But, it's always good to be proactive so that should something break down in the future, you may not need me, but we check in once a year. You may not need me for 10 years, but should something happen, at least you know that there's somebody there who's going to have your best interest at heart and be there for you in a time of an emergency.
So I guess the advice is basically choose your advocate while you are capable of choosing.
Correct.
And making good decisions. And then you've got somebody that you know and trust. You can build a relationship over time. And then, hey, it's sort of like an insurance policy sitting there. And I guess it doesn't really cost anything to just know you.
It doesn't. No. I mean, people call me and sometimes people can't afford what we do, right? Because we're a fee-for-service industry. Sure. I still try to help them as much as I can and give them resources that they can use. I'm not going to say, I can't talk to you. I try to help point them in the right direction or give them different ideas or resources for them.
Awesome. Well, if people want to get in contact with you, maybe see if you're the right fit to help them in the Philadelphia area. Where do you cover again?
We do Philadelphia and the surrounding suburbs out to Lancaster, up to Bethlehem. I even have a few clients in Tioga County, in Sullivan County, South Jersey, and Northern Delaware.
Gotcha. Okay. So
but we have a system across the country that we can refer you to.
So if they want to get in touch with you, Rebecca, what's the best way to do so?
Sure. 610-265-4300, or you can contact us via the web at www.completecarestrategies.com.
All right. Well, they can talk to you and see if you're the right fit. Be the person to make sure they're all right.
All right. Thank you.